Hello, all my horror fans. Welcome back to Hermione's Horror Reviews. On this channel, I do horror book hauls, horror book reviews, both digital and physical, audiobooks, and so much more. Alright, so second video of the day. I actually went to sleep. Oh man, that was so good. And I woke up like my brother had turned off the air. I don't know why you do that. Please don't do that again. Um, and I was boiling in my skin once again. I was like, oh God, I am so glad I don't have to go to work today. Um, but I was literally boiling in my skin again. And I was like, bro, really? Really? We went through 12 hours of this? Or like, no, 11 and a half hours of this. Please don't do this to me. I beg of you. So, yeah. Um, so, I'm back with another video. So, I'm going to complain about something. I think this is going to be my last complaint video for quite a long time because I get really tired of complaining about stuff that will never change. Will never change at all. Um, so, one of the things that I want to say, um, is that um, is that I don't really see people that love horror books going to like the library and not buying but getting horror books from their library. Now, I've been reading on the internet that they do. Don't know why they think that. I don't know why. Now, I'm going to admit that there is kind of I think, like book talk, horror talk. I'm a big into horror talk. I love horror talk. Um, it's kind of a double-edged sword because you've got some people that will not go into a library to see if the in book is in. Mainly, I think there's kind of like two groups within that. One that knows that their libraries are severely like under budget and that won't ever happen. Um, because they don't have the money, and also those that live in cities where they've got massive budgets and they know the book will be there. Those are the that group. But then you've got others that are into book talk and buying books and all that stuff for the aesthetics and everything. And I'm like, I don't care about aesthetics at all. I am not an aesthetics type of person. Horror books will never be aesthetically pleasing at all. That is just absolutely the nature of the genre. Is you're not going to get aesthetically pleasing books. You're going to get books with really gross covers and everything. So I go on to like book talk, and I go on TikTok/book talk, and I do actually see people showing off their library book hauls. And like I did a library book haul. I've done two library book hauls this month. I did one on the I believe it's the 11th. Yeah, I did one on the 11th because my books are due. I did on the 11th because my books are due the 2nd. And I've got I got 6 books left to read through. I'm actually reading the Chocolate Bear Burglary, and I know I'm going to have that book done by like at least like tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll have the book done. But yeah, like, it, yeah. I can't think more to say that with that sentence. So what I actually did was I actually got The Gunslinger on Libby. On Libby. Generally, generally, I get books. They generally go to Kindle, but this one they did not have a Kindle copy. So yeah. Um, I have never read The Gunslinger before. I did see the movie, and I really did like the movie a lot. I guess I don't have any taste. But I knew that was based on the book, and I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna like read this book and enjoy it and everything. So I actually have it on my Libby app, and I am going to read that tonight, or yeah, tonight. I just like, oh man. And then of course I said in the previous video, I did check out The Stand. That is a book that I have never read, and I know it's a big chunker of a book. So in order to be able to actually hold the thing, I'm going to try to get it. I'm going to get it as an ebook. I'm going to go on like Kindle or go on Libby and see if they have it as a digital copy. If they do, I'll just check it out at the library as a digital copy. But I'm like, oh man, save me please. Um, but yeah, I don't see them on like Book Talk, Horror Talk, the library books, and them showing it off and everything. But why am I talking about this besides it just being an annoyance that I experience on a daily basis, knowing that your big trend centers are never going to show off library hauls? Well, I know I said I was going to stop going to the library physically after like September or something, with either 30th or 31st. I am actually going to go to the library on October 1st, and I am going to check out 2 Stephen King books for the spooky season. And I will only renew once because I'm getting 2 books, so I'm going to spend like 2 weeks with one and 2 weeks with another, so I will be renewing. And then at the end of the month, I will tell you which of the 2 horror books from Stephen King that I really did in fact enjoy. So whatever book I'm on when October 1st comes around, that and the next book will be the ones I will get. Now, here's the exception. If I own the book that I'm about ready to read, then, or I have already read that book, then I will move on to the next book. So, I'm actually hoping to own all of Stephen King's books. Um, I definitely am starting off good by buying buying his newest release and everything. And Never Finch, it's probably going to be next year that I get to that book, because I'm reading them in publication order. So yeah, I am. When I get to like books like Holly, which I'm like 60% done with that book, I will actually finish reading that book. So yeah. I will say though that I am definitely not reading them in publication order. With like The Gunslinger, because I didn't think to check. I didn't think to check their hardback. I did not think to check their hardback. But anyways, so that's what I'm doing. And I am just really super excited about it. I really am super excited about it. I am also super excited for the cool weather to come back. I really am. I'm just like, save me, please. Please. It's just too hot. But yeah. So that's what I'm going to do in October is I'm going to choose 2 Stephen King books and I will read them during the month of October. And then, as I said, at the end of October, on October 31st, I will go and I will give you guys a review. Not review, but kind of like which are the 2 books that I enjoyed. That will be so cool. Anyways, so yeah, let's see here. Next week when I go back to the library, I'm just going to return the books that I got. I'm not going to check out any books because I've got a whole stack of books there, kind of there, and I've got a little bitty there, and I've got a little bitty there. Okay, so I hope that made some sense. Alright, so I am going to end it here, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.